Masyn, welcome. I've been in my bus about half time traveling around, and what I realize in extreme heat or cold, that due to this wall right here in my bus, I have really varying degrees from the back to the front of the bus, which is normally not a big deal, but in my case it is, because I have a dog who is an old timer, and that's his kennel down there. And then up here in the bedroom, which I have all the pillows from the living room in, is where I sleep with the other dog. And the other dog, Gus, my basset hound, can be up in bed with me, and if he's cold, he'll climb under the blankets. I'm a Minnesota girl. I love it when it's 40 below out and no heat's on, and I have 14 blankets on top of me and I can see my breath. That's how I prefer to camp or stay in my camper. But my old timer, I put a fleece sweater on him at night, and I surround the walls with a lot of nice warm padding, but it still gets cold in here for him. And so I was trying to figure out a way to regulate the temperatures a little bit more consistently. And again, so much of it has to do with this wall. I can take a good portion of it down and put a tray in here, which is the other thing that I'd really like to have, because I love to read and write and do things in bed, or when I'm sitting here on this big sofa and there's no place to put a beverage. And so I'm hoping to put some type of a tray here that will hold my beverage. So on that note, let's get to it. Okay, I've got it all measured out. This is the point you ask yourself, what could go wrong? All right, well, here I go. I got my big Sawzall, and I'm getting ready to cut a hole in my wall. So let's give it a whirl. Holy crap, I have a hole, man! Got a tabletop in there. Making sure that this was off center, specifically for the reason that when you're laying on the back bed, and if you're the person that's closer to it, then obviously, let's cut her on this side and you can see, obviously that will be right about at your shoulder. So whoever gets stuck on that side, which it's been a long time since anybody's been stuck on that side. But I have to put up a few wedges to stabilize the actual table. So, and I have to sand this down a little bit so it's not so rough, but I'm digging the look of that. It makes for a really good little stand. So I think, I don't know, I really kind of dig it. What to do, what to do. Okay, so I worked on this most of the day today. I borrowed a Sawzall and a battery, and it wasn't fully charged, and I was so determined to get the project further along that I had to hand saw some of the wood, and it's still, I'll give you a glimpse of what it's looking like. And I cut it a little bit shorter on the one side so that it's not hanging over dramatically into the bedroom area. but I really, honestly, I couldn't be more happy with it. I reinforced the board underneath, and then I have corners. I don't even know what they're really called. L brackets, that's what it is. L brackets underneath, giving it strength. I kind of wanted it to look a little bit more like a saloon door and a little rougher, but we'll see. Decisions, decisions. Project 101 complete. Check. Well, for now, because that's how it goes. You might try something out and I like it, but I almost feel like I should have made it bigger. But then I take away all my wall space and I don't have any space to hang anything on, whether that be pictures or skulls or whatever I want to put up there. So I moved these two pictures from this wall and moved them back there. My Frida and my Jesus Lord is my co-pilot. Actually, that's not true. My dog is. It's kind of my co-pilot. Anywho, yeah, the fun part about this project is I totally didn't have any of the right equipment. So I used a sawzall to rip down the wood, and then I had really coarse sandpaper on my circular saw, and I just sanded the crap out of stuff until it fit. So, you know, I'm sure there's a ton of guys out there, or a ton of girls, that are going to comment on what I used for tools, or I could have done it a lot better, or whatever. There's always going to be somebody who can do a whole lot better than I can, for sure. This is just fun. If I need something precisely done, I will hire somebody who knows what they're doing. So overall, I feel really good about the project. I was nervous when I cut into the wall, not because I didn't think something was irreplaceable or that it couldn't be fixed, but as anybody who knows that when you cut into a wall or a floor or a ceiling, it's big news. Like I want to put a ladder on the outside of my bus, and I'm a little bit freaked out about putting holes in the wall, because the last thing that I want to do is have spent all this time and money doing this bus and put a hole in something that's all of a sudden starts leaking or creates a whole lot of problems. And the big thing about having a bus is that there's not very many people that know how to repair something like this or how to get in and do something. So it's really important when you do your school bus to really pay attention to everything that you do, because later when you go to mount something, or if you want to change something up, you want to know where all your wires are and where this is at, because nobody can help you. This is not like you pull it into the Ford dealership and say, hey, can you adjust that for me? That's not how this works. Or an RV dealership and say, hey, I want to add this, can you make that happen? Because that's not how this works. Yeah. So don't fuck up.